Hey guys, this is the Dark Passenger, just here to review Terminator Genisys. This film came out this year, and yeah, I only just saw it last night in 3D, because that I've just heard that was really the best way to see it. And basically this is a reboot, I guess, reimagination. Yes, so this is basically the first movie in a new Terminator franchise, I guess. And in this one, this movie is pretty good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. I had fun with it. There were actually some pretty funny parts in it as well. This was directed by Alan Taylor, the guy who did Thor: The Dark World. And it stars Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor, Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese, Jason Clarke as John Connor, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is back as the T-800. And he's just great in this, awesome as ever. Still, his performance as the Terminator still holds up, in my opinion. And I don't think I'm gonna spoil too much in this for those of you who haven't seen it, but I will go into detail on a couple of my favorite scenes. Like, one of my favorite scenes in this movie was the beginning, when they send the original Terminator back in time to kill Sarah Connor, and then send him back to 1984, and then the Terminator almost has a run-in with those punks. Tells them to give them their clothes, and basically the same. It's basically the same scene as in the original Terminator, only the T-800 in that time. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. He comes and basically starts, fighting this Terminator that got sent to kill Sarah Connor. Starts fighting him, and Sarah is just there waiting, and she ends up shooting him in the chest. That was a pretty awesome scene. Another one of my favorite scenes is when Kyle Reese is sent back through time. They actually kind of explain more on why he got sent back through time, why he volunteered, and everything. It didn't really explain that in the original. And yeah, also in this, another one of my favorite scenes. In fact, he gets there. He gets back to 1984. Then the T-1000 starts chasing him, but then Sarah Connor shows up, tells him tells him that he should come with her and everything, and he goes with her, and then he just finds out that she didn't need his help after all. Doesn't need his help. Finds out she's already got a protector, and that's the T-800. She calls him Pops. The reason, I guess, is because he found her when she was a little girl, and basically has been raising her and taking care of her, protecting her since. So he's kind of a second father, I guess, in a way. I didn't really understand. I was a bit confused about that. But you can actually see that he does care for her and he does love her, which is kind of strange for a Terminator because they usually don't feel emotion. But yeah, he did feel something for her. Does feel something for her in the movie. You can really tell. And I really like John Connor in this movie. I mean, when they go back to the year 2017, he shows up, and it turns out that Skynet did something to him in the future, because in the beginning, as he was leaving, as Kyle Reese was leaving, I mean, he saw how John was grabbed by Skynet, I guess. Skynet, yeah, that was Skynet in physical form, I guess. That's what I was thinking. You know, the fully evolved Skynet basically got grabbed, and I guess he got turned into a machine-like thing, like a Terminator, a new Terminator, sort of new, more advanced, upgraded Terminator, I guess. And he's just awesome in this. A great villain in my opinion, because he is a villain after he gets turned into this thing. I mean, yeah, he's just so... He's a bit creepy, to be honest, in some scenes. And yeah, also, another thing I was surprised about was Jai Courtney. He was actually pretty good as Kyle Reese. I mean, personally, I've only seen him in one other movie, which was A Good Day to Die Hard, and I didn't really like him in that, but in this, he was actually really good. I really enjoyed him. Good performance as Kyle Reese, in my opinion. But out of everyone in this movie, I still think that Arnold Schwarzenegger stole the show. I mean, there was one scene where Kyle Reese comments on it, makes a comment about the Terminator, how he's old, and basically is confused about that, I guess, how he could age, and Sarah Connor explains to him that he's kind of got real living human tissue on the outside, so he ages just like everyone else. That was the explanation, and that makes sense. And then the Terminator T-800 basically says, "I'm old but not obsolete." That was pretty funny, and he made actually made a really good point there as well. I did understand the point he was trying to make. I just didn't think that the Terminator could be funny at all. I mean, but he was funny quite a few times in this, and I know I'm ending up spoiling more than I was going to, but I mean, I just really enjoyed this movie. I did. I didn't really know what to think of Emilia Clarke in this. When I saw the trailers, I mean, and when I heard that she was cast as Sarah Connor before that, I didn't know what to think, because I'd never seen her in anything else before. I know that she's in Game of Thrones, though. I mean, I know she's in that, but I haven't really seen her in that. I don't know if she's really a good actress or what, but from what I saw in this movie, yeah, she is pretty good. I mean, as Sarah Connor anyway, like I said. And the 3D effects were pretty cool as well. I mean, I gotta say, really good 3D effects. It was definitely worth seeing it in 3D, and I'd recommend that anyone else who hasn't seen it, that's planning to see it, sees it that way as well, in 3D. It would definitely be worth it for you, or in my opinion anyway. I, yeah, and also in this, there's something called Genesis, and this is the whole base, this is the basis of the title and the movie, I guess. And this is basically something that Cyberdyne created. It's Skynet, the unevolved Skynet, pretty much. Well, the this Genesis, in this, was going online. It was going to upload, and that's Skynet. It was going to be the evolved version of Skynet, and it was going to go online. And basically, Kyle, Sarah, and the T-800 basically go to stop it. They go to Cyberdyne to stop it, to blow up Genesis. Just blow it to hell. That's what they go there to do. They do succeed. Basically, closer to the end of the movie, the T-800 ends up in a fight with John Connor. Ends up in a fight with him. Basically, they fight. Then they end up in this in that time machine, in the time displacement device, or whatever you call it. And he's all, Terminator's all messed up. His arm doesn't have any living tissue on it, and neither does his eye and around his eye. Basically, he tells Kyle and Sarah to turn it on, and then right before it starts up, this was a pretty emotional scene in the movie, and this is what really confirmed my feelings. It confirmed my kind of prediction that the Terminator had feelings for Sarah. Right before it started, right before the time displacement device kind of started up, he says, "Kyle Reese, protect my Sarah." He actually, so basically that hints that he is like a daughter to her. I mean, she is like a daughter to him. This is probably the most human that I've seen the Terminator. Kind of, he's a little humanized in this, and that's what I like about it. He's kind of evolved. Yeah. And to me, that was a good thing. So, yeah, and anyway, I did hear that the Terminator Genesis sequel will be coming in 2017. I'm not too sure on the details about that, but yeah, once I do know, I'll probably do a video on that as well at some point. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say on Terminator Genisys. I give it a 9 out of 10. Great movie. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe. Peace.